What's up guys, Mark here, and today I'll be showing you how to cast one of these. This is a 3D printed part that I've sanded and made smooth on the outside. It's a thin shell part. For my silicone rubber, I'll be using Smooth On Mold Star 15. For my urethane, I'll be using Smooth On Task 4. Also part A and part B. And for color, I'll be using UVO black, also by Smooth On. And for my release, I will be using Ease Release 200. Some miscellaneous items that you'll also need: Sculptex clay, this is the soft kind, some measuring buckets, some clamps, a paintbrush, a hot glue gun, and 4 of these L-shaped wooden blocks that I'll be using for creating my box for the mold, for the silicone mold. So next I'll be showing you how I'll be putting the clay inside this to create the plug, and I'll see you then. Now I am done putting clay inside. Now I'm just filling in the bottom here. I'm just making sure there's no gap underneath it, and filling in all the sides here, and later on I'm going to come with a card and scrape off all those extra clay on the outside like so. And I'm just going to keep doing that and clean the sides here a bit like so. And it should be ready for the box. Okay, now I am done cleaning up the clay on the outside. Everything is cleaned up. Everything's smooth on the outside. I've also put in this bit here on either side. That will act as keys, as alignment keys for the second part of the mold. So that's how it looks like now. Now all I need to do is build a box around it. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've finished building the box around my part, and I've sealed the edges with both hot glue and clay. Clay on parts I cannot reach with my hot glue gun, so that's how it looks like now. That's my box, and this is my calculation for how much rubber I would need for this mold. So I have my dimensions there for my box and my part, and I have this one is given in the Smooth On website, and that's my calculation for how much rubber I would need for this part of the mold. And so I would need 0.8 part A and 0.8 pounds of part B. That's this one here. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix that up, and I will show you guys when I'm pouring it into that mold later. Okay, I have now mixed part A and part B, and I'm mixing it now. It said that I needed about 1.6 pounds, but I went ahead and mixed a total of almost 2 pounds, just so I have some extra. Just make sure I do this in all in one pour. So just mixing it now. I'm about to pour it, and the way I'm going to pour this is a long, thin stream, but very high, or as high as I could, and just pour it in just one spot inside that mold. Okay, just do a little bit more mixing, and I'm going to pour this. Alright, my first ever pour. First ever mold that I made. Well, if that succeeds, because hopefully this is good. And I believe I have to let this sit for 4 hours before I can handle it. Alright, that should be enough. But I think by the 1 hour mark it should be quite hard already. But it said wait for 4 hours before I can handle it. Now this rubber I did not have to degas or put in a vacuum chamber. It said that I didn't need to do it, but we'll see how it turns out. Hopefully there are no air bubbles that will stay. Oh yeah, before I poured, I sprayed this Ease Release 200 inside here, and I sprayed it like twice, 5 minutes apart, and let it sit for about 20-30 minutes before you pour your silicone. So yeah, now we just have to wait. Alright, so now it has been roughly 20 hours since I poured this, and it's really hard now, and that's good. It's ready to be taken out of the box. This is the leftover from the bucket. That's how flexible it is. Ah, it's pretty cool. Alright. Oh, there you go. I'm so excited to see how the other side looks like. Oh, look at that. It didn't even stick. Oh, because the part's stuck on the glass. But that's how it looks like. My keys built in. Okay, now that's done. What I'm gonna do now is lay it like this, clean my part up, and remove all the clay inside, and put the part back inside here, and pour the second half of my mold. So that's what I'm gonna be doing now. It'll take me some time to remove the clay inside here, but yeah, that's what I'll be doing now. I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, I'm back. Now I've cleaned up all the clay underneath it. Cleaned up all the outside. Over here I've rinsed it with water. It's all set. Now what I need to do is, I've added some clay on the sides of these where the screws will go into. Because I realized if this part was gonna fail, it's gonna fail over there where the screws are held in. So the way this works is I'm just gonna put this back like so. There you go, just snaps back in. I'll build another box around it. That. Oh, I've also cut corners here, like in 45 degrees, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That will serve as alignment tabs for the second half of the mold. So I'm gonna build a box around this, like so, 4 sides, and then glue all the sides again, or put clay on the sides so it doesn't leak, and spray some of these and brush it on everywhere here on top, inside and sides, all the top, all the parts that will silicone, that silicone will come in contact with, because silicone will stick on silicone unless you put a release on it. And I'll be ready to pour the second half of my mold. Let me go ahead and do that now, and I'll see you back in a bit. Alright guys, so now my box is all set. I put the part back inside, assembled my box around it, sealed all the edges with hot glue, and sprayed a release, 2 coats of release 5 minutes apart, and I waited about 30 minutes before pouring. Now I've done a little bit of calculation on how much rubber I would need, and it's about 1.5 pounds. So that's what we have here. Okay, this is about 1.5 pounds of silicone mold star 15. Been mixing it for about 5 minutes now, and we are just right about ready to pour. I'm gonna have Chabeli here pour for us. Okay, go. Alright, now I'm just gonna let it sit. It's about 4 hours before I can handle this, but I'm gonna sleep now, so it'll be, and I go to work in the morning, so it'll probably be about 20 hours before I can handle this. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Okay, now it's been about 20 hours since I poured this part of the mold. So now that's done. Let's see if how this turned out. You want to peel it?
Yes.
Chabeli here is gonna peel the second part of the mold from. So I think you just hold the bottom part and just open it, kind of like a book.
Whoa.
Hopefully nothing's stuck. Alright, so there's that.
You're supposed to peel this part too, right?
Gotta cut some flashing here. Just see where it's stuck here. That is where it leaked in to the side. So that's why the silicone gets stuck there, because there's no mold release on that side. Let's pull that apart. See how this comes out. Oh yeah, nice. Oh, this gotta clean this up here. Some flashing. So just thin flashing there on the sides where the silicone seeped in a little bit, but it looks nice. Now the next step is to clean this up here, all these thin flashing here, clean them out a little bit, and then put my resin here, and then just cover it up like so, put a weight on top, kind of like that, and then wait until it cures, and then I'll have a replica part like this. Yeah, very nice. Alright, let's do that next. Alright, now I've cleaned up my mold. I've removed all the flashing and the sides here. It's not perfect, but I think it will do. And I weighed out my resin, 20 grams of part A, 20 grams of part B, and I've added a black pigment. So now I'm just gonna mix part B into part A. Just keep mixing. It's just about done. I think I'm gonna pour this now. I hope it's enough. So this is a total of 40 grams of resin. Now this 3D printed part is 20 grams exactly, but I don't know the density of it, so just went ahead and just doubled that, and then for the resin, just be sure that we have enough. Okay, I think this should be ready. Just gonna pour this the lowest part of the mold. I have a feeling it's too much. I think I'm gonna stop right there. I'm not gonna put it all. I feel like it's way too much. Okay, now that that's there, just put the top part of the mold and just press down. As you can see, it starts seeping already on that side. So now, kind of just make sure it's aligned. Go forward and back, twist it a little bit, left and right, and I'm just gonna leave it alone, but I'm gonna put a weight on top. Box of batteries should be fine, and I'm just gonna leave it for 16 hours, and we'll come back tomorrow. Hopefully we have a nice mold, a nice part that looks like this, but it's casted instead of 3D printed. Alright, we'll check back tomorrow, and I'll keep you guys posted. Alright, so now it has been about 18 hours since we poured the resin in the mold, and now it's ready to be demolded, and hopefully we have a part that looks something like this. So Chabeli is gonna help us demold our part, and go ahead.
Just lift up?
I think so. So just hold the bottom and just lift the top. I actually have no idea how this is gonna turn out. Alright, so there's that. Let's see how the actual part looks like. Oh wow. Alright. That is so freaking cool. My first ever casting project. Oh no. Did I mess up here? I may have messed up here on the back side. Okay, no, that's fine. So there is some cleaning up to do. It's just flashing, really. Success material. Cleaning up the holes. And now, there you go. See if everything lines up. Lines up perfectly. Now, it's ready for cleaning the edges, all the holes, and that's gonna go in my what I call Stealth 209, like so. There you go. Alright, my first ever casted part done. Now I can replicate this by just pouring resin here. I can even do different materials, maybe flexible materials sometimes, or ABS, or there's plenty of different resins for this application. And then I can just keep reusing my mold over and over again, because I don't think this is gonna break anytime soon. I can at least get 10 parts out of this, and probably much more than that, because there's no like pulling or anything catching on the mold really. Yeah, so thanks for watching.